So, you've completed all your tasks for the ICA faction, and you've unlocked the oil pump beacon craft and have your first batch ready to use, but you don't really know where to go and how it all works. This video is going to break down the best locations for you to use them, how to use them, and the profit potential you can come away with, as well as some safety nets to minimize your losses if you do end up having them. If the video ends up helping you out either a little or a lot, consider leaving a like and comment on the video so I know you found it helpful, and consider subscribing for future helpful guides for the Cycle Frontier. With that out of the way, let's begin with the craft itself. With 12 pistons, 12 scrap, 200 ICA script, and 49k, you can craft 5 pumps at a time. The craft does take 2.5 hours though, so you may be spending another 30 to 45k skipping the craft depending on how patient you are. Each beacon also weighs 6 kilograms each, which means those of you who have size 10 safe pockets can store 1 for safekeeping, and those with at least 12 size safe pockets can store a comfortable 2. I would suggest bringing in maybe 1 at a time if you're farming oil as a solo, and 2 to 3 if you're doing it as a trio. The oil canisters themselves you'll be getting from these pumps sell for roughly 20,000k max each, as well as weigh 5 kilograms for a single one. So, if you have at least size 10 pockets, you can secure 2 at a time and get yourself a comfortable 40k out, even if you get foamed. Next, you'll be dropping down onto Crescent Falls, as it's currently the only map with oil deposits. These are what the oil nodes look like, and once you hit them 3 times with your pickaxe, the amount of oil you can gather can be indicated by the height of the oil geyser, ranging from 1 oil canister all the way up to 4. These are what 1s and 2s look like. As you can see, a 1 oil node is barely active, whilst a 2 is just bubbling up enough to be noticeable. These are what 3s and 4s look like, and what we'll be focusing on in this video. 3s are roughly the height of your prospector, whereas 4s tower well above your height, so it's easy to differentiate between the two. The danger level of the zone you'll find oil in will determine the amount you can find in each node. So for the sake of being efficient with our beacons, we're going to ignore skeleton observation completely, which only has 1s and 2s. Next up, you'll be heading to the Oasis. The Oasis is a very high danger zone with a lot of armored creatures, so you're going to either have to skillfully evade them or bring in a good enough gun to deal with them. Here is a map with all the currently known oil node locations within the Oasis, but the main locations of note we'll be looking at will be the Crusher Lair here, the oil fields here, and the Pinnacle Labs up here. I'll include a link to this interactive map down below, and a quick thank you to cycledb.com for these impressive maps and all the other information you can find for free over at their website. Whichever zone you decide to go to, your first priority should be finding your first node containing 4 canisters worth of oil, whether you're a solo or in a team. If you're in a team, however, bringing in 3 beacons will be far more profitable, and I'd personally advise going for 1 4 node and 2 3 nodes right after, just for the sake of time efficiency and splitting them fairly with your team who might also want to be farming oil. Once you've viewed your beacon and your pump descends from the skies and gets to work, you'll be guarding it and watching out for others who likely would have spotted it coming down to your location. Each canister takes 45 seconds to fill, and once the canister fills, the pump will stop extracting oil until you pick up the canister itself. And from that point on, it's all down to you, your chances of survival, and getting out alive with hundreds of thousands worth of oil. Hopefully this guide helped you out, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, safe prospecting, and peace.